Hi, everyone. It is Steven Schleicher from Majorspoilers.com, and wow, we are almost done with the Big America arc. What's going to happen this week? Well, we'll find out in a few minutes, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my laptop. We've had some issues with it. You know that we were down for a couple of weeks because of a laptop going down and having some problems recovering it. It still has problems, and of course, the recommendation from everybody is you should probably buy a new laptop. So here's what I'm asking. If you can afford it, I'm asking you to please head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers and sign up for one of the levels. We need to raise $1,500. Certainly the amount of money that we get each month from Patreon right now barely covers our base costs that we need. And so an additional $1,500 needed. That's all we have left to get for this laptop because we've had so many very nice contributors contribute some money already to the cause, and I really appreciate what they have done. But if you can find it in your hearts and in your pocketbooks to become a $10 or $25 a month patron, and we can get enough of you, that will push us over the top. We need to get that $1,500 to get that new laptop so we can make sure that the show is coming your way. If you're following us on Major Spoilers on Twitter, at Major Spoilers, you know that this week while we were recording our episodes, it crashed 3 times in the middle of the episode while we were recording. And thankfully, we didn't lose anything, but except for time, we've still got those files. But this is becoming a bigger and bigger headache as we move forward. And I personally don't want to have a delay in releasing shows to you. I want to get them out to you as quickly as we can. And so even when you do sign up over at patreon.com/majorspoilers, when you sign up, you're not only helping us to get the new laptop that we need to continue all of this, but you get access to Critical Hit a week early. So you get it a week early and ad-free, so you don't have to hear me come on and say, hey, how about you contribute some money so we can get this new laptop? You also get access to the character sheets, and I will be updating new character sheets for all of our team members very shortly. So you'll get access to that when you are at the silver level and higher. All of these things are silver level and higher items. If you sign up for the gold level membership, you can find out what's going on behind the scenes. How are the download numbers? What are we doing to spread the word? What's going on in terms of server costs and all of those kinds of things. We talk about that at the VIP live chat that comes out once a month at the gold level. And you also get access to the GM Roundtable, the Octoon Cthulhu edition, where Dr. Brad, Will, and I sit down, where I talk about, hey, this is what I'm thinking of doing in the campaign, or here's what happened last week, and here's my frustrations as a GM. And Brad is sharing his thoughts and reactions to the game of giving me suggestions on where I should improve or whether ideas are good and bad and whether I will listen to his ideas or not. All of that and more can be found over at patreon.com/majorspoilers. If you kick in and sign up, when you sign up, if you send me a message that says, hey, this is for the computer fund, I will give you a shout out at the beginning of this, one of these Critical Hit upcoming episodes in the near future, if that all makes sense. Anyway, it's late and I want to get this out to you. So here's this week's episode of Critical Hit. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Critical Hit Punch All Nazis takes place in the early days of World War II and combines high adventure with cosmic horror. All dates, locations, and historical events are thrown out the window in order to create a fun story. So don't put too much thought into historical inaccuracies. All accents are done poorly, but with love, and no disrespect is intended. Last time
on Critical Hit.
And we thought, since we're looking for bootleggers, they'd probably be out here somewhere. In the process, we ran into these guys making counterfeit money. Somebody had told us that the guy who was doing it was German. Either way, there was a gunfight, and now the press is blown up.
Did you guys stay all night at the house, or is it the next morning?
How late was it when we got there?
Probably like 7, 8 o'clock.
Uh, yeah, in that case, I would say probably we drew lots to see who got to shower first, and the last person only got a little bit of hot water.
Everybody roll a D4.
Okay.
Let's see who got to take a shower first. Oh, well, hey, y'all.
Come on.
You all,
Patrick.
We all
get
just
to
got
take
in
a
there
shower
together.
Yep.
Uh,
All right.
After
oh,
Doc,
Matthew.
Doc gets to go first, followed by.
Does he get to go first or go last?
No, he gets
Well,
to
I
go
guess
first.
first because we want a lower number.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's going to be Belisco, Carlos, and Valentino.
I think Doc got in first and used up all the hot water. That's why the
Yep.
rest of us got fours.
The rest of you are just like, ooh.
So after that, probably
They'll
something
probably
to
just
eat at the
crash and wait in
diner.
the morning. Yeah.
You're gonna do what?
Maybe just run across the way to the diner and pick some stuff up.
Sure. It is still open, and when you get in there, there's just like one person sitting at the counter drinking coffee, and there is Cora is sitting there, kind of reading a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, boys.
Hey,
Hello.
kitchen still on?
Oh, of course.
Or if you got already something cooked up.
Oh, yeah, we've got all sorts of good stuff. What would you like to eat?
Oh.
Chicken fried
Toast.
steak. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
Yeah,
chicken fried steak, chicken fried toast. What else? What will you have, young man? Looks at you, Blisco.
The chicken fried steak sounds good, ma'am.
All right, 2 chicken fried steaks, and you, handsome?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that as well. Extra gravy, please.
All right. Oh, very good. Oh, good. And she writes it down and she puts it slides it back, and you just see this big hand reach out onto the whatever that window is, and you just see it take the ticket and pull it back in. Yep, chicken fried toast. I knew it. And a few minutes later, your food is ready, and you're all sitting there enjoying your food.
Mighty fine toast, ma'am.
Well, I figured after that plain banana you had, you might need to keep your tummy just a little more calm.
I appreciate that.
We inadvertently busted a separate German ploy to undermine the United States.
The entire economy, yeah.
Right. So the agents are still missing,
Mm-hmm.
but that was really our only lead to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we want to get back up on that mountain and go back in there and see if we can find them and or their corpses.
So what was our complete list of unholy, unexplained mysteries?
So
we have lights in the forest.
Yeah, lights around the lake, which is what we ran into. And then we're also trying to find something that is down a particular mine shaft, which is where Clyde's pendant comes from.
Yep, the stone.
Yep. And
that mine shaft 13.
Yep.
And separately, sort of, I don't know that we find out I guess we have that wet book, right? That was the thing that we find at the church.
Yep.
So we're still trying to piece together how the luminaries fit into all this, but hopefully that book will be readable here in a bit.
Dinner sure was good, and Cora brings you a bill.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting ready to close soon, boys, so if you don't mind finishing up, that'd be great.
Yep.
The man at the counter turns, and he walks slowly out the door. He's kind of walking with a limp, and you recognize him, Doc, as the deputy that get bit by the snake.
That was the guy who was drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the
yep.
deputy.
I'll pay.
Okay. It's $1.
Should we follow that guy?
Why?
No.
he got bit by a snake.
Yeah, we know that there are. We know what the deal is with the snakes.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
No, it's fine.
At this point, I'm having trouble keeping
There's
it
a lot
straight.
There's a lot going on.
We're 3 wars deep at this point. I expect a conspiracy from the War of 1812 soon. Fur trappers have come to burn down the White House.
I mean, the luminaries were here very early on, so
Ah, dang it. That even
I
dates
wouldn't
back.
put it past them.
That's probably revolutionary. Pre-revolutionary? Ugh, my head
All right.
hurts.
Well, what did the date on the cornerstone say?
1537 or something.
1550, 1551. Yeah, that's definitely pre-revolutionary.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
would be
so
the French Banana War, I think, was in 1551.
all right.
Chiquita wants you to know that we have never overthrown a government that you know of.
Yeah, right.
Chiquitita.
Like me and my friend Dole, we've never ever done anything bad.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, let's finish eating, pay up, and go sleep off the
Radiation.
all the grease. Yeah, the radiation and the grease.
Well, the good thing is you probably washed most of that off of your bodies.
Yeah.
And so, you won't suffer
Like-
any radiation sickness.
Yeah, the thing about radium is that it actually isn't that dangerous with like limited exposure.
Mhm.
It's like all of like those horrible accounts came from people that were working with radium like day in and
They
day
were
out.
licking it. I mean, they were literally putting it in their bodies.
Yeah.
Because that's how you got the paintbrushes really, pinpoint. You'd lick it and it would have
Mhm.
that radium on there. So that's how they
Oh,
got
yeah.
the
Yeah.
biggest amount of poisoning.
Horrifying
Mm.
stuff.
Yeah. And people don't know what we're talking about. Go look up Radium Girls and you will find the whole
Don't look at the
sickening horror
pictures.
story. Yeah, don't look at the pictures though. But you will find the
Oh.
whole sickening story right there. In fact, I think there's a TV show on Netflix called Radium
There's
Girls.
a TV show about them. I recently heard a really good folk song about Radium Girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm going to have to look that up.
it was, there's something about that folksy sound that really makes it
Oh, I've heard
a
this one.
harrowing tale.
Yeah, I've heard this one.
Yeah.
Okay. You get back to the house, and again, still empty. There's a ledger on the kitchen table, along with what looks to be a very old diary that has been left open to dry. And you guys have the house to yourselves.
All right. Well, from here on out, let's sleep in shifts again.
Probably smart.
All right.
So
Yeah.
if the diary is accessible, I can take first shift and start
Yeah.
going through that.
Okay. So you guys, any of you going to go take the bedrooms, or are you just going to sleep on the floors again?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Right.
true.
So you guys can double up in one of the beds.
Yeah.
And Dutch, you sit down at the kitchen. You've got a light on, and you begin to read a diary. It's hard to make out a date, but it is several pages from the beginning of the book, and it says, "I know our Lord has sent us here to this God-forsaken place to test us, but it is infuriating. Getting the stone here was a task unlike one given to Hercules, and I feel as though we have completed the task, but my brothers tell me we must stay here. I hate this place. Perhaps building the church as a group will make me change my mind. But at this point, and then it just kind of smears out into messiness."
I continue reading while it's my shift.
You can tell over the next couple of pages, because there's so much still wet that the ink has smeared.
Yeah.
But you can make out things like, I have no passion. You see one phrase that says, "I have no passion." Stuck here. I will not take this anymore. And then the other pages are all kind of stuck together.
Okay.
They're still too wet. And if you try to turn one of the pages, you will rip it.
Yeah. Fortunately, Dutch, as an academic, is used to reading very old books in bad condition, so he's very careful with it. He's not gonna He's not going to try and do anything that he thinks is going to damage the book.
If you left it out and let it dry for a few more hours, I'm sure that you would be able to turn to another page or two. But at this point, it's probably not advisable.
What language is this in? English?
This was in German.
Okay.
And it's very quiet. You hear cars drive by every once in a while, but for the most part, everyone is kind of settling down for the evening. And if you look out the window, you can see lights blinking out one by one as people turn in. You did earlier see miners coming down from the mountains. But for the most part, it just seems like a quiet little town going to sleep.
Okay.
Who is going to take shift number 2?
I can take it.
All right. Give me an observation plus insight.
0 successes.
0 successes. Yeah. You don't really notice anything during your shift from like 10 until 1 a.m.
Yeah. I'm just distracted because I'm trying to figure out exactly what Ich habe keine Leidenschaft
It was
means.
probably because Blisco kicks in his sleep, and so you're pretty tired.
The kick and Blisco issue.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Who's going to take shift 3?
I will.
All right. Go ahead and observation and insight. No,
Okay.
you also don't notice anything throughout the night.
Yeah.
Last shift, Valentino, if you would also observation and insight.
All righty.
All right, one success and one complication. Right around 5 a.m., you hear a bunch of commotion out in the outside, and when you go and you look out the window, you can see down the road to the Underhill Mining Company. You can see a truck pull up, and you can see a bunch of very weary-looking guys climbing down from the back of the truck, and at the same time, some men come out, and they're all dressed kind of nice. Like they're not wearing dirty miners' clothing. They're wearing nice miners' clothing. They all come out of the Underhill Mining Company, and they all are carrying like lanterns. One of them has a torch, and they all climb into the back of the truck and drives away. As the men that got off the truck start to disperse, one of them just stops and stands upright, and he turns and he looks right down the street at you looking out the window, and he just stares at you for a moment. And then it goes on like this for about a minute. And then all of a sudden he snaps out of it, and he starts screaming and yelling and thrashing about on the floor, on the ground. And all these other miners have to run over to him, and they're holding him down, and he's screaming something incoherent. It's kind of far off, so it's hard for you to hear. But other lights start to go on in that part of town. The houses start to light up as people poke their heads out to see what all this crazy commotion is. And eventually, they don't know what to do, in the flashing lights of the sheriff's car pull up, and you can see the sheriff get out and go up and start talking to the men, and he kicks the man on the ground who's still thrashing and screaming, and eventually he just tells them something, and they pick him up and they start carrying him towards the hospital. And everybody kind of disperses, and the sheriff looks around, and you see the lights go out, and he gets back in his car and he drives away.
Well, that weren't unnerving.
And then 6 a.m. comes, and you start to see the sky starting to brighten, but with the mountains, it'll still be a few hours before the sun starts to get down into your little valley, and you wake everybody up. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, you guys.
Start to apply. I guess I probably would have actually done it last night.
Yeah, you had to put your special net on.
Yeah.
Anything happen in that last shift?
I think the youth were checking in on us.
Yeah. Do we know what those things are?
I don't know. They seem to have some interest in me, and think they momentarily possessed someone and didn't seem to agree with their mental faculties.
Oh. That is rough.
Yeah.
Do we know what the official, I mean, like, Clyde died, but do we know officially what the government says about Peasley?
No, you've never asked.
Yeah, we had never asked. So
Hmm.
we were too busy being shot at.
Yep.
But speaking of that, now that it's a reasonable hour,
To report
Dutch is going to
everything.
make some phone calls.
Okay.
Is there a phone in this house?
No, doesn't
Yeah.
appear to be a phone in this house.
Okay, so presumably there's a payphone somewhere.
Yeah, there's one over by the gas station.
So go over, call.
Oh, there's a woman there already on the phone.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just wait.
And then I says, I cannot believe that there was those glowing lights. And you won't believe what they found, Margaret. Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to come over later and tell you all about it. It's creepy and scary, and it's aliens climbing the hills. I saw them myself. And she kind of looks at you like, quit listening in on her, and she keeps turning her back towards you and whispering into the piece. And that goes on for like another 10 minutes of her just talking and yammering until finally she hangs up the phone and she looks at you with this kind of rude look like, how dare you stand so close to her and pressure her to get off the phone.
You know,
And she's like, and she goes into the food place.
get in and first call the house, like my house.
Hello, Arbogast residents.
Hey, Higgins, it's me.
Oh, hello, sir. How are you? How are your adventures going?
They're adventurous, but
Are
going
you
well.
still in Arkham?
No, actually, we are in Kentucky right now. We came to pay our respects to one of our fallen comrades.
A dreadful place, I'm sure.
It's got its charm. Well, it doesn't matter. Is Felipe there?
Yes, one moment. And then you hear him. Hey, cousin, what's going on?
Hey, we came across some IRS agents, and
Oh, really?
Yep, and they recognized me, and they said that my father hasn't been paying his taxes.
Uh-oh, that's no
So,
good. Every good
yeah.
American should pay their taxes.
That's right. So if you got access to the ledgers, you might want to look in there and either start maybe paying some back taxes out of the bulk. Because it's not like, I mean, he just got this contract for German munitions, so I'm sure that he's got plenty of money.
I'll have our accountant, Mr. Rollins, look into it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else, cousin? How's Arkham?
It was good. It was interesting. But now I'm down in Kentucky. Here things are very hilly. Let's just leave it at that. And there are people that live in the hills.
Well,
some
next
of
time you
them-
come back, I've got some real exciting things to show you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I don't think I should say anything on the phone, though. You never know who might be listening.
All right,
If
you know,
what
you're
I
right.
mean.
You know, I know exactly what you mean. All right. Well, you take care and don't bother Higgins too much.
Okay, cousin. Yeah, I will try to not bother Higgins. Love you, brother. And he hangs up the phone.
Hang up. Pick up the phone again. Call a mysterious number.
It rings, and it continues to ring, and it continues to ring until finally an American-sounding operator picks up the phone. Sir, what number are you trying to call?
I'll give him the number.
One moment. You hear a bunch of clicks and clacks and things. And then she comes back on about a minute or so later. I'm sorry, sir. That number appears to be disconnected or no longer in service.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for using the American Telephone and Telegraph System.
Bye. Hang up. That's not good. Go find the guys.
Hey, look, there's the guys.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
Hey.
morning.
What does Sarge have to say?
I called my cousin about our ledger, so you guys obviously wouldn't have to worry about that. But I tried to call the brigadier, and they would not connect us. Or I mean, I'm not really sure how old-timey phones worked, but it having rang, does that mean that we were connected?
Means it rang.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. There was a lot of clicking and clacking. So it could mean any number of things, right? But almost certainly not that there was nobody there to answer, because I've called at outrageous times of the day and at other moments, and there's usually somebody there to pick up.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right in that?
Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird that you would call this number and it just won't connect. Just like you expect that, no problem. And going through that whole rigmarole. But no, there was no one picked up.
Could be any number of things. Could just be that Uncle Sam found the number suspicious and somebody prevented us from getting through. Could be that something's happened to the brigadier and to everyone else. Do they call themselves Section M?
Yep.
To Section M.
What time is it? And let's say
6 hours difference, so noonish.
Yeah.
Maybe they're having tea.
Only there were some other people you could call to find out.
If only
if there was some person in your group that has a contact.
If only.
Would I have a different number for Antoine?
Oh, of course you have a different number for Antoine.
All right. Well, then, yeah, I'll give him a try.
Yeah, sure. You go outside to the payphone and you dial it up and you hear and you hear a voice pick up on the end. Hello. Any person sounds like they're a little bit out of breath. Who's calling, please?
Hey, Antoine. It's Valentino.
Oh. It's so good to hear your voice. Everything is okay there, yes?
Yeah, it's going all right. Just checking in there. We tried to reach the brigadier and didn't seem to be able to get through.
Oh my goodness, things are just... I've been trying to frantically pack here. Things are not good. The Section M is pulling out and heading back to Europe, and apparently I'm going with them. And it's and so is who's the other guy's name? Antoine and
Pontus.
Oh, Pontus is also going as well. And so we've only got a few hours to get everything together. Is there anything I can do for you?
Nothing I can think of right now. We just wanted to kind of check in and...
Hold on. Hold on one moment. And he hands the phone and you... Hello, this is the brigadier.
Hey, Brigadier Valentino.
Valentino, how goes the work in America?
Oh, it's still going. We were able to get, one relic. We're working on another, but ran into quite a few different things. Had a snake attack.
Oh, more snakes. Okay.
More snakes. Apparently uncovered a counterfeit ring ran by.
Yes. Oh, that sounds good. Listen, the number that we've given you is no longer going to be in service.
Okay.
We've gotten word that the Germans are amassing on the French border, and we suspect that they are going to be invading at any time. And so we are pulling out our stakes now, and we are heading back to Great Britain, where we are going to our permanent headquarters. If you need anything, I'm going to give you a number now.
Yes, absolutely.
You have a pencil?
Yeah, is there like a phone book and a pencil?
Sure. I mean, yeah, you can. You're probably smart enough to remember.
Okay.
And he rattles off a number. It will be another day before we're able to get back to headquarters, but Section M is prepared for us, and of course we're taking your friend Antoine and his friend Pontus as well. They've been invaluable in our research, but rest assured we're taking all of the artifacts with us because we don't want them to fall into those dirty German hands.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, take care of everyone. We'll debrief better detail later when you're all settled in.
Oh, very good. Call that number in a day or so, and someone will answer.
All right. Thank you. Have a
Good luck and goodbye.
goodbye.
Clicks, hangs up the phone. You don't even get a chance to say goodbye to Antoine.
All right. Yeah, I'll go report back to Dutch. All right. So here's going to be the new number. Apparently, they're pulling out of France. Guess Germany's at the border, getting ready to move in. So
Yeah, I think that's something that they'd been expecting for a while.
yeah. Well, they said call back in a couple days. We can debrief better then.
Dutch will try hard to memorize the phone number, but he'll keep it
Success.
around for a day or so in case he doesn't remember it. But after that, he'll probably destroy it.
It's definitely, you can, Dutch, you would know, and maybe a little bit you too, Valentino, that this code number that they have given you is definitely a England exchange.
Mm.
It's not a London exchange, but it's somewhere outside of London.
Let's see. What do we need to do now? Can grab some chicken fried sandwiches. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Chicken fried eggs and some chicken fried sandwiches. Chicken fried hard boiled egg goes with that, as well as some chicken fried apples.
Oh, nice.
I had a thought.
Okay.
So Valentino, you said
Yeah.
that there was some ruckus. Our friends disappeared, and the sheriff talks an awful lot about how he can make people disappear onto his chain gang, and just about did it to us. You don't suppose?
Well, I don't know. I feel like that'd be drawing too much heat even for him to disappear some federal agents. We can see if we can scope out any chain gang around, and
I mean, if aliens didn't take them, who did?
I mean, we were barely able to actually look around in the alien hideout.
Yeah. For all we know, they might still be up there, but I don't know how we can get up there now.
But we might be able to look in on the sheriff and at least, do something. I don't like that guy. I think he's up to something.
And that's fair. I worry that all he's up to is general
Small town corruption.
Yeah, just corruption, bigotry, that sort of thing. But we should definitely keep an eye out for him. I read some of the diary that we found in the church. It's it's a luminary talking about getting the stone here. So that's presumably what we're looking for. But then he said he had to stay, and he really, really hated it here, at least as far as I got. The book's still a little wet. So
sounds like a man I'd like.
Yeah, so I think we need to get down that mine shaft. So we need to figure out miner schedules. So hopefully we can get there when nobody is there to shoo us away from an abandoned mine. And
if it's an abandoned mine, why would people be there?
I mean, I don't know how close it is to the non-abandoned mine.
Oh, okay.
If it's in the same right, because it's a specific shaft that's been.
yeah,
So I guess I assume it would be in the general vicinity of where they're digging. But if it's out somewhere else, there's lots of coal in them hills. Or what are they looking for?
Yeah, coal miners.
Coal? Yeah.
We saw the
that's the other thing we need to figure out. Did we figure out? I feel like we've got No, we haven't been in the mining company yet.
Nope.
No.
So we should try to maybe get in there, figure out their schedules, see if we can get a look at a map and identify where our the shaft needs to go.
There's a whistle that goes off from the mining company, from the Underhill Mining Company. You just see miners loading into trucks and heading up into the hills, and
I thought they were mining 24 hours.
They're off to do their day of work. What makes you assume that they're doing 24-hour work?
They
I wasn't really paying attention. I thought we said that they came home really, 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 really ridiculously late. I figured we were looking at like rotating 12-hour shifts or something.
Do we have any indication of how if there are shifts?
Describe what you saw again, Valentino.
Guy suddenly stopped in his tracks and stared right at me, and then he collapsed and screamed until
What did you see before that, though?
some better dressed mine people coming in on a truck.
Okay.
I mean, I that's not I can't tell what that is from anything else. Like it could have just been
I mean, have you ever seen somebody that's worked in a coal mine?
Usually,
in pictures
How do they look?
Coated in
soot.
covered in
Yeah, covered in
coal.
soot from head to toe. Do these guys look like they were covered in soot from head to toe, Valentino?
no.
So they were heading out there at what 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going in shifts, that actually does sound like round the clock mining, right? Like
Yeah.
presumably, if you have the manpower, you're lighting up a mine to dig in there anyway. There's no reason why you couldn't do it round the clock, except of course for violating people's like work rights and liberties. But those don't
They
exist
don't have
yet.
those in 1939. Yeah.
They had definitely had unions.
Yeah,
by
there
1939.
are. There are. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, I feel like we could go over to the mining company and ascertain a lot of this, but
Okay.
from what's being described, it does sound like they're in there at least the majority of the day. If there's a shift going in at like 3 or 4, and there's another shift going in at like 6 or 7.
So you guys head down the street from the house.
Yep.
And you head over to the Underhill Mining Company. This is a big building. It's a 3-story brick building. It's got a wood porch on it, but this is an old building as well. You can tell as soon as coal was discovered in the hills, you probably the Underhill Mining Company probably swooped in and started up right away. But yeah, this is from the look of it, it just is a heavy building.
Okay. So when we get in there, guys, I'm gonna hopefully they have some sort of receptionist or somebody we can talk to. I'll try to strike up a conversation, but you guys keep your eyes open, try and see if you can spot maps or anything. It's possible that they don't keep them put away if they're not expecting, people to people to do what we're about to do. So yep, we'll see how this first thing goes, and we'll go from there. But keep your eyes peeled. You guys have any suggestions or problems or anything? No. Okay.
Let's just not get arrested.
Yeah.
No promises. I'll peek in. Does the door have like a glass pane or anything like that?
Yeah. It's like a business door.
Okay. Knock on the door, and
you guys
if
can
it
just
looks
walk
like
in.
it's open, I'll knock first, but then walk in.
Yeah, you walk in and there's a little reception area, and then there's a counter, and behind that are 4 or 5 women all sitting at desks typing. They all look up as you come in. There is another man in a suit who is kind of leaning over one of the women who's typing, and it looks like he's correcting something or telling her, to move some things around. And he looks up as you enter, and he stands up and he brushes his suit to make it nice and neat. And he's kind of a portly man with a little wisp of hair on top, and he pulls out a pair of spectacles that do not have earpieces. They're the kind that pinch onto the brim of the nose, and he puts that onto his nose, and he starts to walk forward and comes around the counter, and he's like, "Well, hello, gentlemen. What could I do for you today?"
Extend a hand out and say,
He shakes your hand.
Yeah, it says, "Hello, my name is Carlos Arbogast."
"Oh, Carlos Arbogast. It's so nice to meet you. What can I do for you, gentlemen?"
Well, we are here in town because we were paying our respects. We're all in the U.S. Army. We're paying our respects to a fallen comrade.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the Whitmore boy, yes?
Yes.
Yes, a terrible tragedy.
Yes. We think so as well. But we've got some time to sit with his family. Had a little bit of closure there, so that was great.
Well, that is good, and I'm sure the family appreciated your visit. How does that pertain to the Underhill Mining Company, may I ask?
It doesn't directly, other than the fact that my father owns a few different companies, and like he'll like do a little bit of a smile, and like, and some of those companies are looking to get into the coal mining business. So I wanted to see if there was any sort of way where I could maybe start to parlay some sort of partnership, observation, anything like that.
There's kind of this rumbling,
Hmm.
like the building kind of shakes and everyone kind of looks up a little bit and wonders what's going on. And if you look outside, you can see the trees kind of sway just a little bit, even though they have no leaves, almost like a little bit of an earthquake.
Hmm.
And the man looks at you and goes, "Ah, that is very nice. I'm sure your father would be very interested in coal. Coal mining is a great business, and I'm sure will be a profitable endeavor for centuries to come. That being said, I can assure you that Mr. Underhill would never, ever want to sell his mining company."
Well, it's not about selling. It's about because, obviously you have the location and you have the manpower, but I know that equipment costs can get high. And that's like we run several hardware, like I don't know what the best way to say it. Like basically we run factories. Um,
And you're needing
and
coal for your factories.
it's not about getting coal for our factories. It's about basically forming some sort of partnership. Maybe we can provide discounts on mining equipment or things like that. We just want to, I mean, as you said, coal is a thriving market and is only going to get bigger and more popular from here on out. So we just want a way to get our foot in the door. Of course, we wouldn't want to interfere or hinder your business in any way. And hopefully, everybody else is like sniffing around while I'm telling you this.
Yeah. So
I
what
don't
is everybody
actually.
else doing while this is going on? Rodrigo, if you would roll me a persuasion plus reason
Okay.
D2.
I am going to use my subtle cues
Okay.
ability to get a free 20.
Mm.
What are the rest of you doing?
Snooping.
Yeah, look
What are you
around
snooping
any,
for?
uh,
Valentino, give me an observation and insight check. D1.
look around, particularly for any mine maps.
Okay.
Perhaps to see if
Yeah, two
two
successes. So you
successes.
get one momentum back. And sure enough, right there on the side of the wall is a map of the hill country with every single mine shaft located there. And you can see some of the lower number mines like mine 1, mine 2. You can see a little stamp in red that says closed. You can see like there's shaft 56 and 57 that also have a little stamp next to them called closed. These are all spread out throughout the mountains. They're not clustered together. But you can see there's at least 100 different shafts all throughout the local mountains here. Each has their own number. And as you casually glance around, you see number 13, and that one has a big X, and it says, danger, stay away, cave in. And it lists a date on when the cave in occurred.
All right, yeah, I'll try to figure out if I can determine best way to get there.
Yeah, you can see, you might want to nudge Blisco. He might be a little better at road navigation type stuff.
All right, yeah, I'll nudge Blisco and gesture.
What's the date?
X marks the spot.
The date that the mine explosion happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure enough, Blisco, you can see the roads, and you can see the road that leads back into town, and you're kind of starting to get a little familiarity with the surroundings. And so, yeah, this mine shaft 13 looks like it would be fairly easy to get to. It's a little twisty and turny, and you have to go up a couple of out of the way roads, but yeah, you can probably get there fairly easily, just off of your natural navigation instincts.
Yeah, looks like it. Shouldn't be too hard.
Doc, what are you doing during this time?
Snooping.
What are you snooping for?
Um,
One of the women is looking at you like she's a little nervous that you're in this building.
Someone had said something about the possibility of anything indicating a schedule or any type of indication of when the whistles go. And
Sure, do an observation and insight check.
hey, I'm good at them. Oh, two successes.
2 successes, very good.
I
Sure
rolled
enough,
two
right
13s.
there on the other side of the wall from the map is this thing that says schedule, and it says 6 a.m. whistle, show up to work, noon whistle, lunchtime, 6 p.m. whistle, go home.
So 12 hours. I'm going to write that down.
Yep.
And Stephen, we've observed them coming all the way from the mine to the diner to eat, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's not
probably
it's
the
not
ones that are the
super far
closest.
away. Oh, okay.
Some of the farther ones are quite a ways away. You can see that, Blisco, that, yeah, some of the ones that are the higher numbered mines are way, way back in the hollers. And just because of where the coal would be. But the lower number ones, you can see a couple of the lower number ones are still in operation. And those are probably the people that come back to town for lunch. All right. Back to this man and Dutch. Oh, sir, if you are looking to invest or looking to start some deals, I really think that you should probably talk to the people that sell our coal, Coalco. Finest dealers of blue coal in all of this region.
And what's this company called? Underhill?
Underhill Mining Company.
So Underhill sells coal to Coalco.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, they mine the coal. Then they go to a distributor.
Okay.
And the distributor, Coalco.
Well, great, thank you. I'm sure you could tell that I'm a little out of my depth here. So I appreciate
yes, that's okay. I was once out of my depth too, and now I'm assistant manager of this place.
Well, great. Congratulations. I think we'll go make some phone calls, but thank you so much.
Yes. Have a good day.
You too.
And you didn't notice it when you walked in, but now that you've walked back outside, even though it's the middle of winter, the inside of that place was extremely warm. And now you're all outside. The Underhill Mining Company.
If it turns out they have like a wood burning stove, it's going to be a scandal.
Natural gas.
Solar.
So would we have noticed that rumbling?
Oh, yeah. Everybody noticed the rumbling.
Yeah.
What the heck was that?
I don't know, but they played it off. So
They did.
I'm guessing this is not something that was an isolated incident. Otherwise, there would probably have been a lot more.
Anyone want to take some theories of what could be causing a rumbling in a coal mining countryside?
Sure.
Collapses.
Could be collapses, sure. That could be one thing.
My thought.
Dynamite.
Yeah, probably dynamite. Yeah, it could be dynamite. Yeah.
And my thought was that Mr. Underhill literally lives under the hill.
Yeah.
And
he's a troll.
And he's either a troll or he's like a Satan. He's like a Satan. And that's why it was so hot in there. He's a Satan.
They haven't started fracking yet, so that's probably not it.
No. I'm still going with Mr. Underhill is hiding down there. And
okay, we have one mine collapse, one for dynamiting, one for Mr. Underhill is some kind of Satan. So right. As always, once we find out, I expect everybody to chip in $1 for the pot.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, if I'm right this time.
Yeah, you get like $3.
Because I mean, eventually, I've got to be right.
Okay. So, what did you all figure out?
Their schedule is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with a break for lunch.
Okay.
I presume an hour, but I don't know.
Yeah, from what you observed when you were in the diner that one day, yeah, it's an hour for lunch.
So whoever was going out in the dead of night was not going out as part of the regular mining gear.
Okay. That's interesting.
We
Go ahead.
we know more or less where mine 13 is.
Okay.
And I can probably get us there without too much trouble.
Okay. Oh, yes. Did you see how far away it is from any active mines? Because if it's not close, then we could probably just go out there now without worrying too much about people being there.
Yeah, it's
If
not too far away. It's probably 20 minutes tops.
Okay. Is it so? It's 20 minutes away from like.
How far is
the
it
other
from any
mine?
other active mine?
Oh, from any other active mines? Yeah, there's not really any. You're probably not going to run into anybody. This one goes down a twisty road, and it does go back into one of the hollers.
All right. Well, let's go check it out. Unless
All
you
right,
guys
so you load up into the car. So are you going to take anything with you? What are you taking with you? Let's find that out first.
Dutch is definitely taking his pistol. He's not taking his
Okay.
rifle because he left it on top of that mountain.
Oh, okay. All right.
Although I guess he has a shotgun now, so he can
Yeah.
potentially take that.
Okay.
That's what Dutch is taking, that, and
Okay. You're not going to take the ledgers or the book with you, the diary.
I mean, we've seen that house is not necessarily the most secure. Although, who knows what we saw anyway? Since it turns out that the aliens were just like a bunch of a combination of old Prussians and rednecks. So this idea that the aliens infiltrated the house and kept us from waking up doesn't seem to be tracking anymore. So I guess maybe we should take things and like leave them in the truck, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll take the ledgers and the book. We'll just take everything and
Okay.
the way that we
Prototype
normally
X1
travel.
is going as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
All
Rob?
right. Mm-hmm. All right. So you gather up all your stuff, load it into the truck. As you're loading up your truck, you can see down the street, down at the Morrow gas station, you can see Mr. Morrow just kind of giving you the evil eye and just staring at you, just full of hate.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't hating all the money I gave him.
No, he wasn't, but he does not like the fact that you wrecked his truck.
Yeah,
and
we
beat it
did
up.
bust it up. Yeah.
Yep. And so then you get into the truck and you start heading with Blisco driving. You start heading to the mine, Shaft 13. Anything you guys do? You got about 20 minutes in the car. Anything that you want to do?
Are we missing anything? I mean, it would have been optimal to like get some like hard hats.
I
Maybe.
mean, I've got one right here on my belt. Got a
Oh,
spike
that's
on
true.
top.
I don't think that one's regulation though.
All right. As you start driving up into the hills and you start navigating your way, Blisco, towards the mine, you do notice that even though this mine is closed, these roads that you, I guess, assumed would probably be abandoned do have recent ruts in the snow and the mud. And as you get closer to Mine 13, you can see you're probably about 200-300 feet away from where the mine shaft should be. You can just see some barricades across the road that say halt, danger, mine closed, go back. But a careful observer would note that the tire tracks continue on up towards that mine.
Is the barricade not
the barricade
all the way
is across
but like...
the barricade is across the road.
Oh, so it's get out, move the barricade to continue.
I mean, if you think that's smart, yes, that's what you would have to do. Or the traffic, the ruts in the road, whoever was driving those vehicles would certainly have to do that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pull off, stop.
Yeah, you pull off and you stop, and you can all get out. It's a little ways up the road if you wanted to walk up that way, especially
wanna-
with your senses there, Blisco. You can tell these are fairly fresh tire tracks. It's not the normal type of game that you're used to hunting, but your love of vehicles, you can tell that this was at least a big, heavy truck that has driven back and forth here fairly recently.
Pointed out to the others, just like, this is a lot more recent for Cracks Hair than I would expect.
Somebody's up there, you think?
I don't know if they're up there at the moment, but I know someone's been here recently.
Okay. Well, everybody keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You're going to walk or you're going to drive?
You said it was like a pretty short.
Yeah, not
walk
too
from
far.
here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should approach on foot in case we have to like hide.
So you grab whatever stuff that you need out of your truck, probably your weapons, and you start walking up towards the mine, following the road. And after a short distance, maybe like less than half of a mile, you can smell smoke and you can see what looks like a fire. But as you approach, you start to know that it's a little misty, but you start to notice that there are some groups of men standing around some barrels with fires in them, and they are definitely, some of them have shotguns, some of them have like clubs, and they're just kind of standing, warming themselves by the fire. And as you approach, you can see one of them taking a drink out of a mason jar. Ooh, wee! Them Whitmore sure do make some damn fine drink. Oh, you give me some of that. You know what else is damn fine? Sissy. She's going to be 17 next month. I hear Billy Ray doesn't take a liking to her. Billy Ray doesn't take a liking to anything with two legs, man or woman, from what I hear. Go on. No, really. I'll be. Hope Sheriff doesn't catch him doing any of that, or he'll be on that chain gang for sure. Anyway, there's something weird about Sissy Whitmore. Not any stranger than that granny of hers, that's for sure. That's true. That's true.
Sneak up.
Are you guys sneaking? Is that what you're doing? Observing?
Yeah, try to sneak up maybe to this like truck type thing.
Yeah, so you get a little closer. Hey, Levi, why we got to be out here on a cold day like today anyway? Listen, we got the cushiest job. We don't got to go back to no backbreaking mining. We just got to sit here and keep people away like Mr. Underhill done told us to. Hey, Boyd, how long you been here? I reckon about 8 years now. Mr. Underhill didn't want no people snooping in the mine looking for bones for these witching stuff. Yeah, I hear the coven's been acting up a lot since November, protecting these hollers from them revenuers. Everybody give me a...
Did you say the coven?
Yeah, he said something about coven's been acting up a lot since November, protecting these hollers from the revenuers. Everybody give me a stealth attack. Stealth plus, let's do stealth plus agility. Since you guys are sneaking up on
Not coordination.
How much?
Sorry, let me go and grab that really quick. You have 5 momentum.
1 success.
Okay.
I would like to spend one of those momentum.
Okay.
For a chance at being stealthy.
1 success.
As will I.
All right. Hey, 2 successes for Brian, 2 successes for Blisco.
3 successes
Very
for Blisco.
good. All right. You now
That
are
was a
at
crit.
6 momentum for that.
Okay.
Or, sorry, 7 momentum for that. Yeah, as you guys creep up to behind the...
Brian, did you spend a momentum?
He did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
As you guys are sneaking up and being very quiet and listening in on these guys. You boys hear them 2 FBI agents have been snooping around looking for stills. Best hope that, what's his name, Franklin and Frederick, whatever his name is keeping the Whitmore's property safe. We won't make it through the winter if the Whitmores can't deliver the, what are we calling it? Medicine? Yeah, if we can't keep our bones warm and we're gonna freeze out here. Shame about that Theodore boy, though. Come back all dead and stuff. Won't catch me fighting on some foreign feller's soil. I'm here to protect mine first. Yep. 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 Why is we always talking about the Whitmores all the time? Change the damn subject. You're just mad at them because Samuel Dunn took your girl and made him his wife. Everybody's laughing and chuckling. Boy, you best shut your mouth unless you want to be heading back to town in a box instead of a cab of the car. All right. Settle yourself down. Just give me a little razzling, that's all. You can tell that you are at a mine site and these men are guarding the entrance to keep people away. It does look like a little bit further down past them is an opening to a mine shaft. It's where I am signaling right here on the map for you right now. These guys appear to be a little inebriated. If anybody remembers when you went to lunch that one day, how a bunch of dirty miners were looking at a guy that was kind of clean, like a clean miner, and he looked a little drunk at that time. He was probably one of these guys.
How long before lunchtime?
Oh, it's early morning, Rob. Blisco, you might reach into your pocket if you want to find a sandwich.
It means if they're going to leave.
Oh, or that somebody else might be replacing them. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You see Mr. Morrow's truck got all banged up? Oh, no. Someone in for a hell of a time for that one. We ain't going to see that person ever again. And then everyone gets silent out of either fear or respect, and they start drinking. They start drinking more of the moonshine as they pass it around in the mason jar. You guys would all roll me another stealth check again.
1 success.
All right.
2 successes.
Okay. You're at maximum momentum.
Use a momentum again.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, good.
2
All right.
successes?
2 successes.
All right. You are at maximum, or no, I'm sorry. You're still at 7. You're at 7 momentum right now. There's some noise north. There's a little incline that goes up onto this path of the hill up there, but there's some noise that happens, like a branch or something snapping. You hear something? Nope. No, I didn't. Nope, me neither. Nope. And they all kind of get a little closer to the fire and warming their hands up by the fire. What you thinking about them alien lights? Heard you can see them again last night. I don't know. I don't think there's no people on no other planets. Why would God do that? We're the only intelligent peoples here. Made in God's image, that's for sure. I don't know. I heard that radio report a few years back. I heard that was a joke, but I think that this thing's a real deal down there. Ain't no intelligent life on other planets. We's the smartest things. Something's else up though. You know, I'd go look at it myself, but you know, I gotta be here during the day, and I got no time to investigate because I needs my sleep at night. You're damn scared. That's what you are. You shut up, you. You boys, settle down. Don't make me have Mr. Underhill put you on the night shift. Nobody wants to be on the night shift. I'm sorry, not the night shift. No, too many weird things happen at night. I ain't ready for that. You too scared, you mean. Hush now. Best keep your mouth shut and you stay warm. Come here, pass me that jar.
So, there was that noise in the forest,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, oh, nope.
Yep.
So, I think we should go to the forest.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Everybody give me a little bit of stealth and agility. And let's see if you can. Actually, let's do athletics and agility to see if you can make it up that incline without falling and breaking your necks.
Athletics and
A little bit
agility.
worse.
Could they
That's
do
the same
brawn
for
and
me.
agility, maybe?
Brawn and agility?
Not brawn and agility. Brawn and athletics?
Yeah, brawn. No,
pulling
let's do agility and athletics. This is a tricky
Okay.
little hill that you're going to have to get up.
I would like to
I'm
spend a
taking-
momentum, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also taking yet another momentum.
Okay.
Me
As
too.
am I.
Just in case.
It wasn't
Yep,
me.
that tracks.
All right. Carlos makes it up. Brian makes it up. Blisco, you're having a little bit of trouble struggling up the hill. Doc makes it up this time. Doesn't twist his ankle, and so you guys get back to momentum. Blisco, as you start to head up the incline, you hit a slippery patch of snow and mud, and you slip and kind of fall on your face, and there's just kind of this loud squishy sound. Everybody just gets real quiet, and you just hear the popping of the fire.
Freeze for a
There-
moment.
Yeah. All right, try that again, Blisco.
Spend another momentum.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you finally make it up, but you're covered in mud and grime and stuff. I heard one of them deputies got bit by a snake. Big old snake. There's no snakes in the middle of winter. I don't care what the beacon is telling you boys or anything about that. That's a bunch of hokum just like that alien talk. You boys need to shut up. I just want to sit here and stay warm. Give me that. You can see him. Some guy grabs one of the mason jars and he starts drinking out of it. Them Whitmores do make some good stuff. All right, so you're now all up on this hill, kind of overlooking the little camp where these guys are.
All right. Once we're up there, Dutch will be like, okay, let's move through the forest. Doc, keep an eye on those guys. Valentino, keep an eye just in case there actually is something in these woods.
Roger.
Ooh, I think I got me too much of that Whitmore medicine. Excuse me, boys. And you see a guy, he goes wandering off. This guy right here, he goes wandering off down behind one of the buildings at the campsite.
Where are their vehicles?
There's a truck right there. And sure enough,
Okay.
Sure enough, Valentino, that looks like the truck that you saw pull into town early this morning.
What if we hit the truck with the X1? Then they'll think the aliens have come.
Okay, not a terrible idea. Let's do that if we need a
Call that
distraction.
plan B
Yeah,
or C.
Yeah.
we might be able to make it all the way around them through the forest without that. But that is a good idea.
One of them
for no other reason that I actually want to see that happen. But
yeah, you hear one of them start singing a song. Oh, moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on, shine on me. And everybody seems to have calmed down a little bit after they're talking.
Yep. We're gonna sneak through the forest and try to make it to the mine shaft.
Okay. So it takes you a little bit of time, but you're finally able to sneak around all the way down to this part of the mine shaft. Takes you a couple of minutes because you're wanting to go slowly. You see that man who wandered off behind the building he comes back to the fire. You see another guy walk down towards the back of the truck, and he's looking down the road like if he's looking for anybody or anything coming. And then he moves back to the fire. Some other guy looks like he's half asleep, maybe passed out from a little bit too much moonshine. But they're all staying very close to the fires. It doesn't appear like they're doing too much beyond the minimum that they are required to keep people away from this mine site.
So we have to sneak, but we don't want to sneak so much that it causes the pizzicato cellos to go do 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 do, because they'll definitely hear that.
What does the mine shaft is like covered up by a building, right?
Yeah, it's like the entrance is covered with this part of this building, and you can tell it's been rusted out. It looks like there was a fire or something. You can see scorch marks all along here. This building's been here a while. It's been here for at least 20, 30 years.
It hasn't been maintained, really.
Has not been maintained.
Are there holes in the wall that we can just like slip through?
No, this is the roof. So you would have to slide down the embankment and go in through the entrance of the mine shaft if you wanted to get in.
Can you flag me the one that it is?
It's one right where you guys are at.
The building
All
right
I'm really
in front
kind
of
of
us.
seeing is, okay, so the orange bit right here. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, this is where you have to go in.
Yeah, not a lot of contrast in this map, unfortunately.
No,
Have to go here?
unfortunately.
It looks good though. It's a cool, misty
It's
Mhm.
mine map. That's good. Yeah, let's I guess that is the easiest way to do it. Is let's just try to like get on the side of the roof opposite to where the guards are, and
Mhm.
try to slowly slide down, and then
Everybody give me another stealth.
Bum, 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 bum.
Will you like to use another momentum?
Okay.
What are we at now?
Hey, 2
It's
successes.
just D1.
Two
All right.
successes.
So let's see. Where are we at? Blisco got 2 successes, so you get the 1 back. So you're still at 6. Doc got 2 successes, so you're at 7. Carlos got 2 successes, your max momentum. And Brian Valentino got 1 success. And so you all slide down the side of the embankment next to the building entrance, and you are able to slip inside the mine. Shaft 13. And
I say,
you do
Brian,
see as you're about, you do see a sign as you're about to go inside that says, "Warning, danger, keep out." Critical Hit Punch All Nazis is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment and was produced and edited by me, Steven Schleicher. If you would like to get a behind-the-scenes making of this episode, be sure to check out the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Each week I discuss my plans for the upcoming game session, and Dr. Brad Will is there to share his reactions and advice on how to be a better game master. I will warn you, though, there are spoilers galore in every installment of the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition. So, if you don't like spoilers and don't want to know what I am planning next, don't listen to these episodes. Though, I will say, if you do listen, you'll be able to see how and where the players throw a wrench into my plans, and you're also going to have greater insight into the world that's being built into this campaign. Finally, we want you to record yourself doing your best on Critical Hit and send it to us at podcast@majorspoilers.com, and your voice will join the growing chorus of fans in upcoming episodes as well. Thank you again for listening this week, and here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2024 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.